Good morning, guys, of grade 8. Today, inshallah, we're going to pass to a new chapter, which is chapter 19, which we're going to talk about chapter 13, which we're going to talk about substance and mixtures. Okay, so here let's start by the first lesson. So by the end of this lesson, we should be able to know how do substance and mixtures differ. Then, how does solutions compare and contrast with heterogeneous mixtures? And finally, in what three ways do compounds differ from mixtures? So, the new vocabularies which we're going to learn in this one, which is substance, or we can say element, mixture, heterogeneous mixture, homogeneous mixture, and solution. So let's start here, guys. First of all, we said that if you have a matter, so we ask what is matter. So we need to remember what is matter. So matter is anything that has mass and volume. So whatever anything that is already anything you have that occupy a part of space and it has a mass, we can call it a matter. So you are the matter. The desk you are sitting on is a matter. The screen in front of you is a matter. Whatever is a matter. Okay. Even gas is a matter, okay, because it just have a mass and it occupies certain space, okay. So like this, we have matter as anything that has mass and volume. But do all matters they are the same? Of course not. So we need to classify or we need to categorize the matter. So we could categorize matter actually into different things. Okay. So this matter could be elements or compounds. Okay. So here we said that. Let's see, guys. Matter could be elements. Substance means element. So what is element or what substance? Okay, it's the matter which is always made of one kind of atoms, just the same combination of atoms. That means we have many atoms of the same kind. For example, like when we say that iron, it's made of iron atoms, just copper, okay, sodium, chlorine. So they just all these they are elements as we said before, okay? So they just made of one kind of atom. So we call it element or substance, just one kind of atom. But here we have compound, okay? So the compound actually, what is compound? It's a chemical substance or it's a substance that is made of combination of two or more different elements. Like for example, when iron combine with oxygen, forming iron oxide. So iron oxide is compound, okay? While oxygen alone is an element because it's just made of oxygen atoms. Iron alone is an element because it's made of iron atoms, but both together and once they combine, that means they make a chemical bond between iron and oxygen, they are going to form a compound. So simply here we find that we have element and compounds, okay. So here like this, okay, a substance could be element or a matter could be element or compound. Element just one kind of atoms, while compound two or more different types of atom are bonded to each other. So as you could observe here, guys, that's how substance is classified. It could be elements or compound, as you can see. So elements like chlorine gas is just made of combination of same kind of atoms. As you can see, just only chlorine atoms. Oxygen also just made of oxygen atoms. Carbon, just carbon atoms are arranged in certain pattern, arranged in certain way. So just one kind of atoms for each element. But here in compound, as you could observe in this illustration, you could find, for example, H2O war, in which two hydrogen atoms combine to one oxygen atom. So they are two different elements, hydrogen and oxygen, bonded together to form a compound. Also here, sodium chloride. One sodium atom was one chlorine atom, okay? So they form sodium chloride. So that also is a compound. Methane, for example, one carbon atom in the center it was surrounded by four hydrogen atom or bonded by four hydrogen atom. So all these are compounds. So simply we could find the difference that elements are just made of one kind of atom, while compounds are made of different types of atom which are chemically bonded. They have a kind of bond. There is a kind of reaction happen to resolve them. So here, let's find what is mixture. Okay, so here that's a very very important thing to know the difference between mixture and compound. So we say mixture, it's when two or more substances, and once we say substances, it means elements or compounds. So whatever the substance is, anything okay that you have, they are physically blended, mixed physically. Physically, that means you just mix it without forming bonds. That means there is no chemical reaction happen between them. Like once you just add some salt and pepper, okay, over each other, so you get a mixture of salt and pepper. But actually, does the salt combined with pepper to produce new substance? Actually not. So like this, it's not a chemical reaction. It's just a mixture, physical blending. Like when your mother asks you to make a dish of salad. So in that case, you're simply you get some cucumber, some tomatoes, and carrots, lettuce, blah blah blah, and just to cut them and put them together. So this dish of salad is a good example for a mixture because you have a lot of substances in a lot of components. This component just physically mix it. They fix it, physically blend it to each other, but they not react to form something new. That means after mixing them, the cucumber is still cucumber, tomato still tomato, and so on. So that means nothing will change to a new substance. So like this, we said that it's just a physical combination, okay, which means mixturing or mixing substances is considered to be like a fixed physical change. It doesn't result for formation of new substance. So like this, we know the mixture. And what is the mixture? So mixture, once two or more substances are physically blended, but they don't form a new substance. That means there is new combination or no new substance will form it. That means no chemical combination or no chemical bond will form. So here, once you make the dish of salad, is it must to have a certain ratio between the components, or you can just add them as you want? For example, someone maybe love cucumber more than tomatoes, okay? Or tomatoes more than cucumber, or carrots is more. So you can add them. So that means mixture, it's just mixing of substance in any ratio. It could found in any ratio. That's it's not a must. While in chemical reaction, we said we must have a certain ratio, okay, between the element between the substance during reaction. That's why we said it must be balanced, okay, or something like this, okay. So like this, here, guys, we know what is mixture. Mixture actually could be classified into two main categories or two main types, which are heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture. So what the difference between homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture? So let's see here. Actually, the word homogeneous mixture, okay, the word homo, it's me, so let's start by heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture, the word hetero means different, okay? So heterogeneous mixture, that the mixture which the components easily be distinguished by naked eye. That means you could find its components. You can determine that this mixture is made of different components and you can distinguish this component easily. Like when you look at the dish of salad, when you like a mixture of sand and water, you could easily differentiate between the water and sand. You could easily differentiate between the different components in salad dish. So that is a heterogeneous mixture. Each component is clearly observed, okay? While homogeneous mixture is the opposite. The word homo means similar, that the mixture in which the appearance, okay, look with one appearance, one outfit, okay? So it's hardly to know its components. You cannot distinguish its components. For example, when you dissolve a piece of salt or sugar, okay, in water, so as it dissolves, you get a mixture, okay, of salt and water, because simply when you taste this water, you're gonna find salty, which means the salt still found, but it just dissolved it. That means hide between the water particles, okay. So in that case, okay, it's a homogeneous mixture because you cannot find the salt anymore. You can differentiate between the salt and the water. They appear just one thing, okay, a cup of liquid, okay. So in that case, that the difference you cannot find or the difference between the components. They look like with the same appearance as a out or as a final result. So here that the difference between homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So again, what difference? Heterogeneous mixture, you could it has a very clear components, or the components are clearly observed, while homogeneous mixture, the components actually is not clearly observed, or you cannot distinguish between the components of that kind of mixture. So another word or another name for homogeneous mixture is solution. So the word solution, okay, it's a kind of mixture which actually a homogeneous mixture in which a substance dissolved in another substance. So the alternative name for a homogeneous mixture is solution. Once a substance dissolved in the other and you cannot distinguish these components, we can call it a homogeneous mixture or solution. So here like this, guys, we need to know, like this, we can say what is solution. Solution is a homogeneous mixture. What solution is made up of? Any solution actually is made of two components, which is solute and solvent. In which solute, a substance that dissolves in a solvent. Okay, so like this. Okay, once the solute or once the substance dissolves completely in the solvent, it's hardly okay to distinguish its components, so it's a homogeneous. So here, guys, let's wrap up what we said. Okay, just make a kind of mind map. Okay, to just clarify the idea. So here, like this, we could say that substance, or in another word, we call say called matter. Okay, could be classified into two categories. Okay, so here we said that it could be classified into element, or it could be compound. What the difference? We said that element just one type of atoms, while compound, okay, two or more elements combined together chemically. So that is substance. Then we said we have something we call it mixture. Okay, so what is mixture? We said mixture is a physical combination. That means just blending, mixing without forming. Okay, so physical combination, which means no bonds are formed. Okay, which means also no new chemical or new substances. The same components just physically mixed. Okay, so this mixture is also gonna be classified into two categories or two main categories. Okay, which are, just sorry, they could be homogeneous, or it could be heterogeneous. So what the difference here? Homogeneous, that's what the one which we cannot, okay, distinguish its component, while heterogeneous is the mixture which easily could distinguish its component. So the alternative word to a homogeneous mixture is, okay, this one actually equals solution. Okay, so that the part which we're gonna stop at in our lesson. I think it's easy. Just read it and study it very carefully from your textbook. And if there is something is not clear or you cannot understand, you are welcome to ask anytime. Thank you, guys, and goodbye.